Let's jump into the news, mate, and we are going to have an age-old debate, which was a long time coming for this podcast, which is Marvel versus DC, mate. Now, I don't really want to have this discussion because we live in a world where we can like both, but Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld has kind of forced our hand at this, right? So the story goes, the Suicide Squad, as good as it might be and as critically reviewed as it might be, hasn't had the best opening. It's a little bit disappointing. It's below expectations. So Rob Liefeld is kind of saying, you know, set fire to everything and start from the ground up. I quote him, DC is just a damaged brand at this point. Marvel has pulled away in such a spectacular fashion, and DC has lost grounds on all platforms, citing years of tone-deaf mismanagement even. So, yeah, that's some pretty strong words there. He's not wrong though, like at least on film.
Yeah, so yeah, I think he is wrong. I think films. No, I think he is wrong because I think films. You can't judge a fucking pandemic film, especially one that's R-rated, which I assume this is. You just fucking can't. You can't be like, oh, look at this compared to Black Widow. It doesn't make any. It's just not possible at the moment. But Wonder Woman made $1 billion and we'd had pretty much all of the shit DC films at that point, hadn't we?
Yes. Well, no, Justice League came that year as well.
Okay. But what I'm trying to say is a good film. No, Aquaman bad, but he made a lot of money because, I don't know, horny middle-aged women maybe. I'm not sure.
I've told you that story, haven't I, when I was sat watching a trailer for that, and I went to see Venom, of all things, so I was already watching Venom. I was already nervous and apprehensive because my boy was getting kicked in the reviews, and I've taken my partner to see fucking Venom. A trailer from Aquaman comes up, and he turns to the camera, he says, "Permission to come aboard?" And she says, "Oh, I'd give him permission to come aboard." To my face! I was sat right there. Fucking kick me while I'm down, Bab. Do you know what I mean? Like, I suppose that's why I've gone for the island look today, because it still lives in my head, man. That affects me. So
sorry for your loss.
No, yeah, that was F's in chat.
But as I was saying, I feel bad for you. I'll put an F in chat, mate.
Thanks, dude.
There we go.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so you can't fucking judge. You can't judge films at the moment. You just can't.
No, yeah, I know. I agree with that. Like,
and then also, I am certain, you'll find my opinion on this later, but I'm a bit more lukewarm compared to a lot of people. But the hype and the reviews that this film has got, I'm sorry, it would have made so much money if it had a regular release outside of the pandemic, based on word of mouth of it being like people going to see it. Oh, this is a good film. Go and see it, sort of stuff. Any film can become huge on word of mouth if it's good. Marvel films have sort of a pro and a con when it comes to this. People won't go watch a Marvel film on word of mouth anymore because they're sick of being...
People watch it because it's Marvel, right?
Like... People watch it because it's Marvel at this point. People watch it because it's a universe that they're invested in and it's got characters that they're invested in. And even if it's a new, if it's Shang-Chi, people will watch that because... Oh, in 8 years he'll team up with Doctor Strange, something like that. But
it's brand recognition at that point.
Marvel is one of the most known brands in the world at this point. You're not going up to anyone and saying, "You heard of this thing called Marvel? I think you should check it out," and then going, "I've never thought about that before." It's not going to happen. They'll be like, "Nah, sorry, I'm not interested," or I already watched them all. So Marvel films will struggle.
The two camps, isn't it?
Yeah, Marvel films will struggle to spread with word of mouth, but they've already got such a dedicated fan base that they don't need it. DC films, it's like if someone comes to you and says, "There's a really fucking good DC film," I'm sorry, but my curiosity's piqued.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, a really good DC film. I got to see this.
Okay. But that's kind of sad, and the proof's kind of in the pudding of what you've just said. You know, oh my god, there's a good DC film. I've got to see this. You're kind of proving Rob Liefeld's point a little bit, because yes, Suicide Squad is a catalyst for him making this point, but he's not wrong about the years of mismanagement. You know, Warner Brothers have been.
No, I don't think he's wrong about the years of mismanagement, and I think his intentions. I think his intentions are correct. It's just the wording that he's used here, where he says, "Unfortunately, DC is a damaged brand at this point. Marvel has pulled away in such a spectacular fashion, and DC has lost ground on all platforms."
I don't know about the all platform.
The all platform things is wrong. I'm sorry, it is wrong.
Yeah. DC kill it over Marvel in animated films, for example.
Animation,
I think they kill it over
comics.
Marvel in the comics.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
There have been so many stellar
games.
DC stories recently, and not so much from Marvel. I don't think.
Marvel's Avengers was trash game. Spider-Man PS4, amazing game. But there are a lot of good DC games.
There are. I'm very excited for the Suicide Squad game that's coming out, but I had a good train of thought, and it's going to take me a minute to get it back. So I think that that's it. I think that Warner Brothers and DC have been trailblazing so much now and sort of chasing Marvel's success and being so reactionary that damaged brand, it's really been sort of self-inflicted.
I mean, so I kind of disagree again.
You could have had a really good cut of that original Suicide Squad, but because
I'm sorry, we don't know
Superman, No, because Batman vs Superman, and people who've worked on this have said this, the director said this, because Batman vs Superman reviewed poorly, and because Deadpool was so successful, the Warner Brothers management at the time, they panicked and they got a trailer company to come, because the trailer was really successful.
Yeah, no.
Bohemian Rhapsody wanted to re-edit the whole thing.
So you are correct, and I'm pretty sure I told that story last week, but the where I disagree with you there is we don't know what that film would have looked like. I'm sorry, we don't. It could have been bad. In fact, I'm going to give you one solid argument for it being one of the worst films ever made.
Oh, it is?
It's no, the cut that we never saw.
Oh, okay, Jared Leto's Joker.
Jared Leto's Joker's still in it. Yeah, so you knew exactly. I didn't even need to say it.
I know you well, mate. No, bad Joker, bad interpretation, like
bad casting, bad acting.
I'm all for it, because like Heath Ledger's Joker doesn't really feel like the Joker either. Like in terms of like what's on the page, he's doing his own thing. So I'm all for interpretations of the character and doing your own thing with it. But this is like weird, man. Weird to a degree where it's not fun to watch. Like, oh, you don't want no beef. You don't want to beef. You don't want to beef. It's like, what are you doing, Jared? It's like,
we play it out, mate.
It's too much, but
sorry. While we're on Jared Leto, I just want to quickly mention there was a Mr. Sunday Movies video that came out a few days ago, where they. I think it came out a few days ago. I can't remember. I just had a playlist going, autoplay going. I think it was a new video. That basically, Jared Leto has come out since. Oh shit. Jared Leto has come out since and said stuff like, I don't know where all these rumours started about the condoms and the bullets and stuff like that.
It was from him?
It was from him, you're exactly right. So Mr. Sunday went back and found the interviews where he starts those fucking rumours. And now, if you ask him now, it's just like, yeah, so the internet, they just sort of make these things up and run with it. And it's just like, dude...
Why is Jared Leto trying to gaslight us all?
We're being gaslit by the world's shittest Joker. Like,
that's you, man. That is you. I can see you doing it. Do you know what I mean? Oh god. Also, though, on this, Rob Liefeld, shut the fuck up, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you kicking this guy? Why is dead? He gives him the compliment sandwich though. Like he does say, I'm sure that Suicide Squad is a great film. James Gunn added so much style and heart, but the problem is deeper and beyond the pandemic streaming. And then ends it going, I'm looking forward to the Peacemaker series. Rob Liefeld, shut up. Shut up. Mukkapod with Jord and Jay. Tons of freaking